I remember being scared. That picture reminds me of being very afraid of taking a chance on myself. I didn't even have enough money to pay for the full service. Mo actually financed it to just me and him because my credit was shit.
So what's up, guys? I'm here with Sebastian from Braintree Garage Doors. Sebastian, if you want to tell everyone who you are and what you do.
I'm Sebastian with Braintree Garage Doors. Like he said, we own a garage door company based in the South Shore. We service just about all of Massachusetts and now Rhode Island as well.
So do you remember this photo here?
Yeah. That was when everything started. I remember being scared. Pretty much that picture reminds me of being very afraid of taking a chance on myself. But I remember I didn't even have enough money to pay for the full service. Mo actually financed it to just me and him because my credit was shit. So I couldn't get approved for anything. So he literally financed me the service. I remember being scared. We sat there for a half hour when I was making my decision to move forward with Mo or not. And he asked me a question on how I want to write my legacy. How do I want to write my story is what he asked me at the end of the meeting. And that meant everything to me of how I was going to carry myself going forward. I remember that day being afraid and also taking a chance on myself, going all in on something for the first time in my life.
What was your life like back then?
When I started my company, I didn't see my fiance that much. I maybe saw her like a couple hours out of the day, and that was when we were sleeping. I was sleeping like 4 hours a night. Right before I met Mo, I was working at the day job. Clock out was 4, but a lot of times we got off at like 5, sometimes 6. Then I'm gonna go and drive 2 hours away to do a garage door job for the subcontractors. So life was, it was earned. The life that I have now and the position I'm in now was earned. It was fun, but it was stressful. I had a lot going on back then.
What did that question mean to you?
For me, it meant, am I gonna finally do the things that the younger version of myself wanted to do in life? Am I willing to take a chance? Do I have the balls to take a chance on myself? Do I have the courage to take a chance on myself? We always wait for someone to kind of be a hero for us. And for me, that question kind of made me feel like, are you gonna finally be your own hero? And are you gonna pick yourself up when there's no one else left to pick you up? I'm in a state that I don't have any family in. I have my fiance, who's of course my family and her family, but I don't have family to fall back on. So when he asked me that question, and that was like all the money I had to invest in his service. And so, but to me, the question was, you know, am I ready to evolve and become something that I'm not, to become something different, to do things differently, to finally go all in?
Why did you decide to work with me? You did kind of answer that.
Yeah, I kind of answered it a little bit, but Mo was willing to take a chance on me as much as I was to take a chance on him because I didn't have the funds to start of how much his service costed for what I needed. If you need less, of course it's going to cost less. If you need more, it's going to cost more. The amount that I needed to pay for my service, I couldn't afford it. So he took a chance to finance it through himself. And I kind of touched on that before. Nobody really does that shit. I think it was divine intervention that I met Mo. I think it was God bringing us together. I think that nobody else would have given me the same opportunity because nobody has. I knew like from my heart that he had a good heart as well and that we just kind of clicked and it was made to happen. I couldn't get finance from any of the things, a firm, from Klarna, any of the things that you have for your other clients. I couldn't get approved for it.
Just as much as you may have saw something like in me, I saw that in you.
Yeah.
It's not very often that someone will show all of their cards right there because you opened up to me in a very honest and vulnerable way, which just speaks like immensely about your character and the kind of person that you are. Just as much as you bet on yourself that I'm going to bet on, it's, you know, I felt like that was you then. We'll also get into that, what happened after. So what happened when we launched your first ad?
We launched the first ad, it flopped hard. I had one job from it. So it was for a while that I was just paying for the service and not getting anything back. And it was really frustrating. 90% of my work was subcontract. So I was constantly doing owner-operator level of running the business. And you're really just a self-employed person. You know, you're either self-employed or you're a business owner, but the two aren't the same. So I was operating at that time as a self-employed person. I was super like stoked about the ad when we dropped it. And I thought that was going to be it because nobody else was doing it. And I thought it was just going to be like my golden ticket, and it wasn't.
When you saw that happen, why did you keep going?
He sent me a picture of some little chart that was like, you get a little taste of success and then you dip down and then you go into like the part of where like, you see the picture where the miner almost finds the diamonds and he quits before he actually strikes the diamond. But he sent me that picture. It's like, this is where you are right now. And if you keep pushing, then you will succeed. And if you don't, then you'll never know what it could have been like. For me, it was tough because I wanted to just pause the ad. I never wanted to quit the service, but I wanted to pause the ad entirely because it was just, I just felt like I was throwing money away. I've always quit when things got hard. So after he showed me that picture, after the conversation we had when I met him, I felt like I couldn't give up. because I always have. It leads back to like me thinking about my younger self. I was a kid that wanted to do great things things, and I knew I was made for great things. So I never went to college. I didn't think I was going to work for somebody else. I knew I was going to be my own boss. I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I knew I could connect with people.
That brought us down to the wire. And so at that point, we were about 2 or 3 months into that campaign. And we went back to the drawing board and reworked the creative, and we launched ad number 2. If you want to take it from there, what happened after that?
We felt something special about the second ad because it was more raw, it was more natural. The first ad we did, and I thought that ad was badass, and it was too much on the script.
You learned,
and so I learned from that, and he also did as well. And it was like, okay, we cannot just say what the script says. It has to be more of how I feel. It has to be more organic and more natural. And so that's what we did with the second one. It felt genuinely more personal. I think that we all have a kind of a BS meter inside of us that you watch something, you can tell if it's genuine or not, whether you're watching somebody do a video or you're talking to them in person.
When did things finally click?
It was a few weeks after we launched the second one. It started performing well, but then he redid the engagement campaign. So it wasn't immediately when we launched the second one. He's checking in on me, how is it performing? I'm giving my thoughts on it. He's like, actually, I just had a new idea. I'm gonna completely change your campaign structure and let's see how this works. And then like a week later or something like that, it was like, boom, the floodgates kind of opened. It was like a slower, steadier, and then it was every week we were getting results. I started getting quotes. I was driving all over the place doing quotes. It just immediately changed. We must have made like 4 tweaks or something. And then he finally found a method that would work for my niche of my industry. Now I've started to feel like, okay, maybe I can stop subcontracting for other people and just work for myself. So that was a huge change.
So from start to the end of February, how much did you close in new business?
It was about 20.2K, and we spent around 5 on ad spend.
You eventually sold Quality Assembly.
Yes. It was funny the way that the timing of everything worked out. Is why I always say I think it was in God's hands. I think everything is, because I was working one day with my fiance. Actually, she was just my girlfriend at the time. We were working, I saw my old boss on the highway. Like we saw him, we were honking at each other. It was really fun. I messaged him. I said I missed him a lot, and he missed working with me too. So we started subcontracting with each other. And at this time, he's telling me he thinks that we should, join forces. And I'm like, okay, it sounds like a great idea. I loved working with him. We got along very well. The next week, it was a reality. It was like, okay, we need to either go separate ways because we're growing fast. The ad was going crazy. Like for Quality Assembly, at this time, I hadn't sold it. So it was like we were popping off.
I remember the call that we had where you told me that news. I think you were actually asking for some of my advice or something.
I was asking some advice, should I sell?
Should you do it?
I was talking to my dad. I was talking to Mo. Because at first, me and my partner now, Jake, we were going to give each other equity in each other's companies. We were going to run Braintree Garage Doors and Quality Assembly. But then these guys offered me money for the company.
So Quality Assembly is no more.
Quality Assembly is not Sebastian Tanner anymore. I have nothing to do with that company. I'm on nothing for it. It's not me. You just will not find me with Quality Assembly anymore. I made posts on all my social medias that I was selling that company, sold whatever. That was the one big thing that Mo taught me too, that I appreciate. I learned from Mo, is that when I first started, I had before and after pictures on my page, and that was like my whole page. And he's like, no, brother, you need to post real content so people can know the real you. And I can't tell you how many times I've had clients that I didn't get the job, but I went to the estimate and they were so impressed with my feed that they didn't even question that I knew what I was doing.
I'll put up the before. I have a before of how this page looked.
Yeah, and it was really, really bad.
It wasn't bad. I mean, you had your work shown, but there was no.
The pictures looked nice, but there was no videos. There was
no Sebastian.
And so now I'm posting all the time. Like, it was a huge change. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So for context, we come back, we reconnect in March.
Yep.
After that, we decided mutually, let's create a new one, you're right, for Braintree Garage. And that's what we did. And so what happened after we launched ad number 3?
This has been the best result out of all of them. Yeah, this thing has been kicking ass. We've closed in a month and a half. We've closed around 30,000 in sales.
What's really crazy about that, guys, we've researched this, like in your niche for LSA Google Ads, you're outperforming it by an unbelievable metric.
Yeah.
But that's also because even through the fulfillment and sales and everything, you're still doing all of the outreach and the follow-up. And on that note too, you also just have gotten tremendously better. The confidence, right, with your sales process, everything.
Yeah.
There's just a whole different swagger to it.
I think the way that I talk to them,
old Sebastian is just dead.
I tried to give like some prices over the phone too. And the biggest thing with us, for one, we have the best warranty confidently and humbly I can say that. There's no other company out there that's going to show up to a warranty call the same day. We've been getting a lot of clients that have been coming to us, not just through the ad, but like, because we market everywhere. So we're also on like LSA, we're also on Google.
They do multiple channels.
We're everywhere.
Yeah.
We're optimizing our own website SEO.
Please check out Braintree Garage Doors. You will absolutely not be disappointed. You know what? I'm not even gonna let him say it. I'll just show this message from the Slack channel, like exactly what he said. You're not gonna know until after I post it. I'm just gonna show this message that he said. So Sebastian, if you could sit across from this man at the table 1 year ago, what would you tell him?
It's possible. When you have the courage and you have the confidence to speak it into existence, it's absolutely possible for you to become the person that you want to be for yourself in business, in life, and for others. It's not luck. It's not any special trait. It's not being better than other people. It's about how hard you're willing to dive into something, and it's about giving it your all. And there's nobody else out there that's going to come and save you. You have to save yourself. I always lived my life blaming outside factors for why I didn't have what I wanted to have. And it's beautiful when you can have the courage to believe that you can be that person to help yourself. Not only that, but to help others. I started this company and I was helping other people that were in a hard time. As I'm trying to help myself, as I'm trying to help my fiance, as I'm trying to pay the bills, as I'm trying to, be someone that's deserving of her, deserving of this life that God has put me in a position to live and to grow closer to. At that time, I didn't know what was going to happen, but I would tell myself that everything was going to be all right, that I would find a way. If you work hard enough, anything is possible. The world is your oyster for you to learn from. If you can keep the humility and the mindset that you're still gonna f up and you're still gonna make mistakes along the way, and if you don't back down, then something's gonna give eventually, and it's a different timeline for everyone else. So you can't compare what somebody else has achieved in their timeline to yours.
Correct.
You will get there, and suffering is a part of the process. So you have to be ready to sacrifice and to suffer, and you will get what you want.
Proud of you, bro.
Thank you.
We're all proud of you, bro.
Thank you.
You should be damn proud of yourself more than anything.
Yeah, I look at myself, I was 50 pounds heavier in that picture. I still got a long way to go, but it was like really hard times. I was going through a lot. I remember we were filming the first ad, I could barely breathe. It was really challenging. I couldn't hold a conversation the way I can now. I look at that version of myself and I'm proud of him.
You should be. You should be, man.
It's amazing. I'm so excited. Like it's incredible. I feel like I'm doing everything I was told as a kid that I could not do. I get upset. Sometimes you take things for granted and you get upset when your circumstance, and then you realize that somebody else would kill to be in the position that you're in. I look at myself now, I have a nice truck. I'm like, wow, I have a truck that I got myself.
A truck, yeah.
It's not brand new, but now we have a brand new work van. So I have my own truck. My fiance has a car. I'm able to pay the bills for us. I have a nice apartment that I'm able to afford. I think about a lot of stuff that I want in the future, but when I look back at what I have right now, it's everything that I prayed for and that I wanted as a kid. I couldn't be, happier for what I have now. And then, hopefully soon we'll see what happens, but we want to get into a house next. So that's the next goal.
You will, bro.
And so
you will.
It's been amazing. It's been an amazing journey.
Do you think this journey has changed you more as a business owner or as a person?
100% as a person, because the person that you are will dictate how you run the business and how you run your relationships, whether that be business or personal.
Do you remember when I told you, right, your business only grows
as much as you grow?
Yeah, right.
And that's 100% true. I felt like the internal changes had to occur so that way the business can grow. And now I'm in a completely different position. Now I own 50% of the company that I originally got trained with in Garage Doors, and that was 2 years ago. I was homeless at the time too. We were homeless for a little bit, so it was really tough. 2 years later, we have our own apartment. We both have cars. The business just got a new van. We just got it decaled. I mean, it's amazing. It's crazy to think about it, and we still have a lot more work to do.
In that last year from where you went, that's incredible progress, brother. You went from venturing out into the unknown, starting your own business, and doing it when your back was basically against the wall, struggling to even pay the bills.
Struggling to pay the bills, and I'm trying to help other people pay their bills.
Yeah, and
that was crazy.
Support.
That was the most stress I ever had. I didn't see my fiance that much. She stuck with me through everything. Why is changing people's lives more important to you than just making money? You're just getting them to hire you and to do advertising for them, and if it flops, they can go f themselves, like a lot of other advertisers are.
The honest answer to that is I changed in the process of building my business. I had to change my life. I had to go through the fire myself. I had to walk that path. And from where I came from and what I endured in that process and where I am now, and by no means have I made it, but it's certainly a big difference. I want to show people what's possible when you have an ounce of self-belief and a clear why. And I think that's why for me, it's always been bigger than marketing. It's more than just running ads, guys. I want people to believe, because for so many years in my life, I didn't. What would you say to someone that is thinking about working with me?
It's 100% worth it. It's likely going to do more than just change your business. It's going to change you. You're going to have to change the way that you live your life and the way that you view things, because this isn't just a miracle magic button that you can push. This isn't just you hire Mo and it's just immediately going to change your life in 2 seconds. This wasn't given. It wasn't given to me and it wasn't given to him. We had to earn it, and we didn't have something that just, like, I don't have $1 million that just, my family's not rich. I used to walk an hour and a half to go to work. I got junk. Like, I used to walk an hour and a half in my boots. You know, I had to really bust my ass. I had to sleep in a car. I had to live in this apartment with no furniture. It's not easy, but this will absolutely be the best thing that you have done for yourself. You know, you have to be ready to be challenged. You will overcome all obstacles that are in your way. It is a game changer, has been a game changer for me. Absolutely worth it.
Sebastian, just the beginning, brother.
Yeah.
Okay, so remember this, just like where you were a year ago, there's a future you got to pass the torch now, and you're doing that right now. So be very proud of yourself, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you, bro. Pleasure, bro.
It's been amazing. It's been a journey.
It's been a journey. Guys, please check out Sebastian and Jake's YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. They're everywhere, guys. They do incredible work. Braintree Garage Doors. Anything else you want to share with them? Any plug in yourself, anything like that?
We're on Resi and commercial. We do basically any garage door service that you could think of. There's only some stuff I've walked away from that's a liability. You know, if you have to get your framework done first before I can come into the garage, you're gonna have to take care of that, because I don't want to risk liability. We pretty much take on just about all garage door projects, and we're not afraid of doing custom work. It's a pleasure to serve any of you. And that's why when we have a warranty call, we show up the same day and other people don't, because for me, it's something different. Just like with Mo, it's more than just money. It's about the relationship. I want you to view me as a family member, someone that you can trust to spend your money with and to do things right the first time. And if something is messed up, we have the integrity to come back and fix it. I think that I'll leave you with, if you're questioning working with Mo, you shouldn't question it anymore. You just have to ask yourself the question of how you want to write your story as well. And I think that if you're on the fence, you just have to do it, because you're never going to be ready, and there's never going to be a perfect time, and it's never going to be easy. You're never not going to have a rainy day. So the money that you're trying to put aside to invest in him, and you're waiting to just have the money there, but then a rainy day is going to hit you. My truck's in the shop right now. I have rainy days all the time, but you just start to handle it better. And as you grow as a business owner, you're able to take on more challenges and overcome them. And so there's no better time to start with him than now. And that's not just with him, but with yourself. The time is now. The time is today.
I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah.
I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you, bro.
Love you, bro.
I hope you enjoyed this. We're going to be posting a lot more content like this as well. And so stay tuned and enjoy the ride.